Alright, Kaiju fanatics, strap in because we're about to dive deep into the MonsterVerse future. And I've got a theory that's going to blow your minds. Imagine this. The screen fades to black after Godzilla X Kong. The new empire, with that ominous rumble echoing through hollow earth. A crimson glow pulsing like the heart of something ancient and furious waking up. We've all been there, hearts pounding, whispering, what's next? Well, today I'm laying it all out why Destoroyah, the ultimate embodiment of destruction, is primed to be the main villain in Godzilla X Kong, Supernova, and how it could anchor the entire next phase of the MonsterVerse. This isn't just wild guessing. It's built on rock-solid narrative clues, commercial smarts, and that electric hype only the Titans can deliver. Let's break it down, step by step, and by the end, you'll be convinced this crab-clawed apocalypse is coming for our kings. First off, let's rewind to the roots of why Destoroyah even exists in the Kaiju pantheon. Back in 1995, Toho dropped Godzilla vs. Destoroyah as the Heisei era's explosive finale. A film that didn't just pit Godzilla against a monster. It confronted him with the consequences of humanity's arrogance. Remember the oxygen destroyer from the original 1954 Godzilla? That weapon, designed to end the king, didn't vanish. It mutated prehistoric crustaceans into a swarm of evolving horrors. Juveniles scuttling like demonic crabs, aggregates merging into towering abominations, and finally, the full-form Destoroyah. A 120-meter winged behemoth with horns that could impale skyscrapers, claws that shred mountains, and a horn katana beam that disintegrates oxygen itself, turning battles into suffocating nightmares. It's not just a villain. It's poetic justice, a mirror to Godzilla's own atomic origins. And in that film, it pushed Godzilla to his absolute limit, forcing a nuclear meltdown that lit up the screen like a star exploding. Sound familiar? Supernova, the title of the next film, screams that kind of cataclysmic energy. What if Destoroyah's arrival triggers Godzilla's own supernova moment, a blazing evolution or sacrifice that redefines the MonsterVerse? Now, let's connect the dots narratively, starting with the MonsterVerse's own breadcrumbs. Flashback to Godzilla, King of the Monsters in 2019, that pivotal scene where eco-terrorist Alan Jonah unleashes Ghidorah, but not before we get a chilling nod to the oxygen destroyer. Monarch deploys it against Godzilla and Ghidorah in the ocean depths, a desperate Hail Mary that nearly kills our atomic hero and leaves lingering questions. What happened to the fallout? In the MonsterVerse, nothing's wasted. Every weapon has repercussions. The new empire's ending amps this up. After Godzilla and Kong topple Scar King, hollow Earth's serene blue glow shifts to an eerie red, quakes ripple through the core, and a shadowy silhouette hints at something burrowing upward. That crimson hue? It's no coincidence. It's the visual cue for mutation, for the oxygen destroyer's residue seeping into ancient ecosystems, birthing Destoroyah's swarm from hollow Earth's primordial ooze. Imagine juveniles erupting from those tunnels, overwhelming Kong's new ape kingdom, forcing him to defend Zuko and his tribe in a horror-infused siege. Godzilla, sensing the disturbance topside, charges in, but his breath weapon falters as oxygen vanishes, echoing that King of the Monsters moment perfectly. It's narrative symmetry at its finest, closing a loop opened years ago and escalating the Titan's world into uncharted terror. But it's not just about callbacks. It's about evolution. The MonsterVerse has masterfully built from solo outings to team-ups, from Muto's in 2014's Godzilla to the three-headed chaos of Ghidorah, then Mechagodzilla's tech horrors, and Scar King's primal tyranny. Supernova needs a villain that tops them all, something that threatens not just the surface but the very fabric of existence. Destoroyah fits like a claw in a glove. Its swarm mechanic introduces horde battles, a fresh dynamic where Godzilla's raw power meets overwhelming numbers, and Kong's agility shines in hit-and-run tactics. Picture this cinematic gold. A juvenile outbreak in Rio, swarms pouring from portals like a biblical plague, civilians fleeing as Monarch scrambles. Godzilla roars into the fray, atomic breath vaporizing clusters, but aggregates form mid-battle, slamming him through landmarks. Kong swings in from hollow Earth, axe gleaming with crystal upgrades, hacking through the evolving masses. And then, the final form emerges, wings unfurling over a stormy ocean. its katana beam clashing with Godzilla's in a light show that rivals any superhero showdown. The hype? Unmatched. This isn't repetitive kaiju brawls. It's a multi-phase epic, with Destoroyah adapting, forcing our heroes to do the same. Commercially, this makes legendary execs salivate. The MonsterVerse has grossed billions, with the new empire pulling in over $570 million on spectacle alone. But to sustain a phase, you need icons that sell merch, spark debates, and draw crowds. Destoroyah is a Toho legend untapped in live-action Hollywood, fresh yet familiar. Like Ghidorah was before King of the Monsters exploded it onto screens. It's got that horror edge for broader appeal. Think Alien meets Godzilla, with swarm elements pulling in fans of Endgame's Outriders or Starship Troopers bugs. Toys? Imagine articulated juveniles, glow-in-the-dark aggregates, and a massive final form figure with beam effects. Comics? Games? Spin-offs? Destoroyah's origin ties into Monarch's lore, perfect for expanding via shows like Monarch, Legacy of Monsters, or even a Hollow Earth prequel. And with Supernova's 2027 release, there's time to build buzz. Teaser trailers dropping crimson hints, SDCC panels teasing the Destroyer awakens. Legendary nose crossovers print money. Why not introduce a foe that could lead to Mecha-Destoroyah hybrids or alliances with other titans like Mothra? It's the centerpiece villain that launches a new era, proving the MonsterVerse isn't just surviving, it's thriving. Let's layer in the human element, because the best MonsterVerse stories weave us into the chaos. Rebecca Hall's Eileen Andrews and Brian Tyree Henry's Bernie Hayes could uncover Oxygen Destroyer artifacts in Hollow Earth, racing against a rogue faction, maybe Jonah's remnants, intent on weaponizing it again. Dan Stevens' Trapper, the wild vet from the New Empire, gets gritty field time battling juveniles, adding humor amid the horror. And for emotional punch, Kong's found family arc with Zuko hits rock bottom as Destoroyah's mutations threaten his kin, forcing a heart-wrenching choice. Godzilla, ever the lone guardian, grapples with his own vulnerability, his meltdown looming like a ticking bomb. It's not just fights. It's stakes that make you care, blending spectacle with soul in a way that convinces casual viewers this is blockbuster gold and hardcore fans that it's faithful to Toho's spirit. As we build towards Supernova's climax, envision the payoff. Godzilla and Kong, backs against the wall, facing Destoroyah's full fury atop a shattered skyline. The air thins, breaths rasp, but unity prevails. Kong's axe infused with Godzilla's energy, a combined strike shattering the beast's core. But in true MonsterVerse fashion, a lingering red ember hints at more, seeding the next phase. Perhaps Destoroyah fragments spawning new threats, or Godzilla's supernova rebirth unlocking godlike powers. This villain doesn't end a movie. It ignites a saga, with potential for cosmic crossovers like Space Godzilla or Gigan if rumors swirl that way. So, there you have it, the case for Destoroyah as Supernova Star Destroyer, backed by narrative threads, commercial firepower, and pure kaiju magic. If this theory lands, we'll be witnessing the MonsterVerse boldest chapter yet. What do you think? Ready for the swarm or got your own Titan twist? Drop those thoughts, and until next time, keep watching the skies. Or the depths. The kings are rising, and destruction awaits.